Hey YouTube, how's it going? Venomman20 here today, and today we're going to be taking a look at a see-through cobra. It's actually a leucistic Javan spitting cobra, and this is not him. This is not the same cobra. This is actually a leucistic monocle cobra, but this is the only leucistic I have that hasn't eaten within the last couple hours, so I figured I'd use him for the intro. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on to it. So as the title goes, tonight we are going to be feeding a leucistic Javan spitting cobra. So Javan spitting cobras seem to have a very thin skin, and that's the reason that you can see a lot of their organs. Not only that, this guy is leucistic. Leucistic meaning completely white. Now some leucistic animals do have very small spots of black on them. I'm not exactly sure what causes that, but leucistic animals are about 1 in 100,000, if I do believe. If I'm remembering that correctly. I know like albinoism is like 1 in 10,000. So these guys are 10 times rarer than a albino. So leucistic reptiles are very interesting, or any animal for that matter. It's just pure white. They do not have the pink eyes like an albino typically would. But so I set the lighting up just right to where I could get a good view coming down on him. Not only that, we have the camera directly below him. If you notice in this part of the video, he starts to flail a little quicker. Number one, he can't get traction, so he's trying to get traction to get this mouse down. Not only that, I actually sped this footage up because a lot of this is kind of boring. It's just him trying to work the mouse down, and it just took way too long. You guys would get bored very quickly. But as in the name, leucistic Javan spitting, he is a spitting cobra. He has the ability to spit. This is like an Asian spitting cobra, so they don't actually shoot like a streamline of spit, or venom I should say, into the eyes. They kind of spray it. Because if you know much about spitting cobras, they actually broke off of the evolutionary tree and then developed the ability to spit. So the Asian spitting cobras, the African spitting cobras, and the Rinkels all developed the ability to spit independently from each other. That's at least what science says. So the African spitting cobra, since there isn't a lot of brush, they actually will spit straight into your eyes from 6 to 8 feet away. Very, very well. The Asian spitting cobras, though, since there's a lot of brush and they're in high foliage areas, they just spray. They're like trying to mace you. They're just hoping that they hit your eyes. Now, with that being said, the Rinkels is what I would consider the sharpshooter. That is a snake that can hit you from 10 feet away directly into the eyes, and there ain't much you can do about it. They're very good at what they do. If you notice that first little black dot down along his body, that's actually his heart. His heart and his lungs are right there. As you can see, you can actually see it beating. I think that's just amazing. The first time I noticed that this guy was actually see-through, he hooded up and I could see his heart, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. So this first spot is the heart, of course, as you've seen, already beating. The second, right down in here, is like the lungs. This black strip right here is the liver. Right behind that, the darkest spot on him is his gallbladder. And then in between these are the small and large intestines. And right there is actually his rectum, or his poop chute. So anyway, a little bit of snake anatomy for you. I'm not really that great with all that. I actually had to pull out the textbook to figure out exactly what all was going on. I knew about the gallbladder, I knew the kidney, and I knew the lung. Wasn't sure where the small and large intestines were, but now we both know. These are pretty interesting little snakes. They don't get real big, but they are quick. I have an adult that is just fast, and I mean fast. But they're pretty interesting little snakes. But as I was saying earlier, the Rinkels is very good at spitting. It's very impressive what they can do. But the main reason, like I said, you can see through him, he's leucistic. So he's white, all the organs show very well. He's got thin skin. Like, let's say we found a leucistic bushmaster. There's never been one that I know of on record. But if there was a leucistic bushmaster, that skin is a lot thicker. With the keeled scale and everything, or the ridge in the scale, if you don't know what keeled means, it would be almost impossible. Like, it's not going to be nearly as transparent. So here he is trying to struggle. Normally I would feed much smaller meals. I actually, this was the only black mouse I could find. I have plenty of white rodents, but I didn't have any dark rodents that you could actually see going down his tract. His intestines, or his digestive tract, I should say. But unfortunately, on the slick surface of this aquarium is what he's in for this video. He's having a hard time getting the traction to actually work this rodent down. So in the future, if you're interested, I might go ahead and do another video if I can find a smaller rodent, a smaller dark rodent for him to eat. I'll go ahead and reposition him. But he's got his tail wrapped around the mouse, which makes it a little bit harder to see what's going on. He's just a little guy, so it's kind of hard for him to eat a big meal. Plus, he ain't got no hands. I can only imagine going to the buffet and trying to eat all that food and not being able to use my hands. It'd be a mess, kind of like what he's making right now. But as you see his jaw working, that actually works like independently, so their jaw isn't actually fused at the bottom. I do believe it's fused at the top, but at the bottom it's not actually fused, so it's working independently, right side, left side, right side, left side, just pulling the rat farther and farther into the throat. Pretty interesting how they... First time I discovered that, I actually had found a little snake skull, and I had found all the little bones, but I could only find half of the jawbone. I thought it was broke, and then I found the other half and realized it wasn't broke. It's only held together by ligaments, which a lot of people talk about how they unhinge their jaw. That's true, but they also separate their jaw at the lowest point of the lower jaw. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let this play out. There ain't much more that I can show you, so hopefully you enjoy watching him eat and it working its way down. He's got a little bit of stuck shed, if you're wondering what them little flakes are on the side of him. So I'm going to have to give him a little bit of a soak. But you guys are going to get to see the snake again probably in some of my next video. I'm about to hit 25,000 subscribers. And I'm going to do a big unboxing video where I unveil this snake plus a lot of others. But you got to meet him, so you'll get a top view of him. But anyway, thank you for checking out the video. Hopefully you'll subscribe, stick around, because I have a lot more venomous content. I got some feeding videos I'm actually working on tonight. So hopefully you guys will subscribe so you don't miss out on those. Follow me on other social media to get the behind the scenes. And thanks for checking out this video. Have a good one.